telling you.
I'm telling what? You hit me first. Let go when you're asked. Let go when you're asked. No, not sort of clean. Let go when you're asked. Look, this is how it
Well, I'm not at college anymore. No, and when I'm at home, I just feel alone. I don't have any help. I just do everything for myself. I can still embrace my autism. Yeah, and not let it bring you down. Just accept that what you've got is a gift. And it makes you who you are. It makes you unique. And no one can take it away.
The Living Rainbow Foundation was founded about a year after I started working with my son, who has learning difficulties. He was living in supported living and didn't have his needs very well met in terms of nutrition. And I started to create a programme for him, which later on became the foundation learning programme of the Living Rainbow Foundation.
Ben is now living in a house with a few other people who also have learning difficulties. They have their own rooms, a shared kitchen, and are provided daily support. His home is down in the New Forest, in the Lantern community, where they take part in cooking, gardening and woodwork.
For your brother?
Yeah.
And what is it for?
For his boat.
For his boat?
Yeah.
And did you make it all by yourself?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Ben.
And I varnished it and...
You varnished it and everything. And you've written on it too.
He loves it, and it provides him with valuable experience. I try to visit as often as I can. His lifestyle has changed completely, all because we began My Smart Cards.
I wanted to create something that was really simple, and that was simple not only for the person who was doing the choosing, but also for the support workers. So I created around 80 different cards with photographs on and formed them into colour-coded sections. So we have 7 different colours, and we use those colours, corresponding to the fruits and vegetables. And this enables somebody to come along and actually choose. It's inspiring, and it hands back the power to the chooser.
Caroline's My Smart Cards are being used by multiple parents and organisations. In Winchester, Daniel and his father, Will, work together with Caroline to improve Daniel's healthy eating and independence.
Daniel is one of the many special needs adults in this area and lots of others. And what we found with Daniel is quite difficult to find the right people to care for him and with special elements of his life. Thankfully, we have come across Caroline, the Living Rainbow, who's momentarily carrying out weekly cooking courses with Daniel, and he finds this very therapeutic and he really enjoys his cooking.
So we're making stuffed peppers today, are we?
Here we are, yeah.
Daniel, I was just looking at your scores that you've been getting and how much they've improved.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
It's really good. So that's right at the beginning, and you were eating only around 16 to 23 portions of colours a week, and now you've gone up to 37.
Yeah,
so that's really good, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You must be really pleased with yourself.
Yes, I am, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, well done. Yeah. So what's the next number that we're going to be aiming for, do you think?
I'm not sure yet.
No?
I've done it, but I need to add them up now, so...
Yeah, okay, well we'll have to add up next week's when I come, won't I?
Next week, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Daniel at the age of 16 months suffered a severe asthma attack. His parents took him to Winchester Hospital, and after being forced to wait several hours, Daniel's health deteriorated.
We arrived at the hospital mid-afternoon, so we went a very long time without him seeing a doctor at all. They tried to get a small blood sample using what was then a butterfly needle, and this was really quite stressful for Daniel. 5 attempts were carried out, and during that time I was telling him to stop doing that because Daniel was really suffering and screaming. Now on the 5th attempt, Daniel's lips turned blue and went silent. Later we discovered, after going to many so-called professionals and therapists, that Daniel was actually diagnosed with a lack of oxygen to the speech and language part of the brain during that process. We did try to follow this through on many occasions, but to no avail. It was basically brushed under the carpet. GPs, consultants and various other bodies have a real lack of understanding of the specific requirements when dealing with special needs. They may be professionals, but to me, and I'm sure this will apply to many other parents, they have no concept of how to actually approach and deal with special needs, and also those special needs that have other additional problems like mental health, etc. That is truly itemised and specific, and we find that it's sad to see so many young adults that find it very difficult to put their story over.
Parents are often the invisible professionals within the system. So you have your social workers, you have your physiotherapists, the doctors, the consultants, and actually parents are now being brought to the table a lot more than they were. However, I do think it's a really good model to include parents who, after all, know their young people probably a lot better than some of the professionals that they are dealing with. We were put in contact through Community Action Hampshire, through the Hampshire School for Social Entrepreneurs, and there's a very good synergy between the healthy eating programme that Caroline promotes and what we're doing in Chaos Cuisine. One of the biggest things for Chaos Cuisine is to educate and assist and support young people with learning disabilities to learn the skills to eat in a healthy way. And they can do that and they can promote that with a cafe-style facility, which is the end game of Chaos Cuisine. And then they know from growing, from plot to plate, this is how they need to have a healthy living, healthy eating life. So this this service that has been created, it's quite a unique service because it's parent run and parent led, has given these young people a huge opportunity and has given them a purpose for their young adult lives. My name is Anita Usai and I am a parent with two young people with learning disabilities. I'm also the founder of Chaos Support based in Havant in Hampshire. Disability and learning disability in particular has changed enormously. When I had my set of twins in 1991, we were asked when problems started whether we would like them just to be taken away and, you know, we could just go on and live our lives. It was horrendous at the time, I have to say, and very shocking to think that, you know, someone would even consider that. And obviously we didn't, we were a family, but you can't, you know, blame any family who do make that decision. It's very hard. And you don't know, you always at the beginning think that things are going to get better. By the time they're 8, you realise that they're not. Okay. In 1991, I gave birth to twin daughters, identical twins, Sophie and Alexandra. And for the first 18 months of their lives, they were as normal young girls. As a family, we had all those dreams for them, ballet school, normal school. And then when they were 18 months, we thought they'd just had a febrile convulsion. But between the 12 hours, both of them were in a hospital situation, end to end in a small cot. And we were told that they had some serious neurological genetic condition. When Alexandra was between 14 and 15, she had, well, both girls had developed scoliosis of the spine. Alexandra, we found an amazing surgeon. We were told that everything would be fine. There was the operation was 99% sure, nothing would go wrong. So we went to Great Ormond Street Hospital to have this operation. And unfortunately, it went wrong. We were the 1%. She stayed there in intensive care for 3 weeks. She had a massive heart attack after 2 weeks. And after the heart attack, she went into multi-organ failure and she died on May the 1st, 2007. I have to say, she was always a beautiful child. She had the most amazing smile and she had the sweetest disposition. At the time, because they were identical twins, Sophie was hysterical. She threw herself on the floor and was uncontrollable in her grief. We wanted to take Alexandra home, so we asked Great Ormond Street if we could. They had to take her down to the mortuary and they asked if we could take organs. And that's a really hard decision to make. We didn't. Sophie was by this time beside herself. We couldn't control her. I think being a twin is quite a special thing. It's a very special relationship. And when you're identical twins, it's very hard when one twin is not there. Sophie struggled on until 2012, when she began, over a period of a couple of months, we couldn't put our finger on it, she began to lose her hair, which is a sign of not being well. She'd caught a killer bug called Klebsiella. Everything started to fail, and within 10 days after that, she died an agonising death. Although, in that case, because she was in critical care locally, we begged them to allow her to come home to die, which all of the consultants so she came home on a rainy Saturday afternoon with a whole team from critical care, including consultants, and we held her in our arms and she died. I set up Chaos Support along with another mum as their legacy, and it's proved to be an outstanding success, and I'm very proud of it. But it doesn't bring my girls back. I wish they were still here, and I think about them every single day. And I know they would be proud of what I've done, but it doesn't take away the pain of your loss.